What if you could drive a truck that's actually good for the environment? A truck that uses clean, renewable energy, with an engine that's as quiet as a car and can run over 1 million miles. Welcome to the future of transportation, featuring the world-class Cummins natural gas-powered engine.
And the future starts with you. As a driver, you are about to enact real change as we pivot from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources. Let's take a few minutes to learn more about the exciting choice you've made to drive a natural gas-powered vehicle.
You can't beat a Cummins engine. They've been making diesel engines for more than 100 years and are in almost every market throughout the world. Now, Cummins leads the natural gas engine market and has since 1986.
This natural gas engine shares 80% of the same components and parts as our diesel and uses the same heavy-duty hardware set for extended service life. It's 10 times quieter than diesel engines when idling and features a maintenance-free exhaust treatment system so you don't have to deal with DEF. Refueling is fast and there's no fuel smell. Oh, and no active regen is required.
One of the questions we're asked most is natural gas safe? Absolutely. Renewable natural gas is lighter than air, so it rises, dissipates quickly, and doesn't accumulate in low places.
Your truck might be fueled with compressed natural gas, CNG, or liquid natural gas, LNG. You will be trained separately on how to use your specific fuel type. But the flash point of natural gas is much higher than number 2 diesel. Natural gas combustion happens at 1100 degrees, while diesel is 410 degrees. So unintentional combustion is highly unlikely.
This clean natural gas resource is 100% renewable, and its reduced impact on the environment is nothing short of amazing. NOx or NOx levels and particulate matter is 90% below current EPA standards. Plus, using renewable natural gas drops greenhouse gas emissions to near or at sub-zero levels. Just incredible.
As any driver knows, it's just good practice to walk around and inspect your vehicle before you take it on the road. And driving a truck with a natural gas engine is no different. Obviously, you will follow all company pre-trip, in-route, and post-trip procedures and follow all federal guidelines. Approach the vehicle looking for any issues, including under the vehicle for damage or leaks.
If you smell gas, that rotten egg smell, go to the fuel tank. On a CNG vehicle, you will shut off the red quarter-turn valve and report to maintenance. Do not drive the vehicle until the source of the gas leak is corrected. LNG, on the other hand, has no odor. However, there is a methane detector in cab to alert you to a leak. Report this immediately to company maintenance and do not drive.
Next, scan the engine on the driver's side. Look for visible damage, loose clamps, hose leaks. Make sure all fittings, air compressor, and components are mounted and secure.
Every day, you'll want to check the engine oil prior to a cold startup. The engine needs to be shut down for at least 15 to 30 minutes to allow oil to drain back to the pan. The oil level measurement can be off by up to a gallon if adequate time is not given, so it's pretty important. Then, on level ground, wipe the dipstick clean, then fully insert and lock it in place for an accurate reading. Remove. Only add oil if the level is below the add line, as overfilling can cause oil consumption.
Remember, this Amazon truck uses only Valvoline 1 solution Gen 2 oil. Do not add any other type of oil as a top-off, as this will dilute the original required oil. Next, check accessory drive belts for proper tension, cracks, or deterioration. Check the coolant tank level while cold if possible. Remember, never open the radiator cap on a hot engine. Let your maintenance technician do that. When you check the turbocharger, make sure it's mounted and secure with no exhaust leaks. Check the turbo line for leaks. Check the air cleaner restriction gauge is in the green and ensure that the air cleaner is mounted and secure.
Clear.
Once you're done, close the hood. Make sure to follow company procedures.
Now on to the CNG tank inspection. Start by checking that the caps are on the pressure relief devices and that there are no damaged lines. Check that the fuel caps are secure, or else your truck won't start. This drive-away protection is caused by magnets in the caps. Very important. Also check cabinet doors. If they aren't closed, the truck won't start. Next, check the high pressure gauge, which should read around 3,600 psi, indicating a full fuel tank. A psi below 300 indicates it's time to refuel.
Okay, now we're ready to start the engine. Make sure the parking brakes are applied and practice safe start procedures. Turn the ignition key on without cranking the engine. Ensure that the transmission is in neutral or park and allow the gauges to sweep prior to cranking the engine. Allow about 5 seconds before cranking. Crank until the engine starts and battery voltage is sufficient, which will open the fuel solenoid valve to supply fuel to the engine. Once it starts, watch for oil pressure and any dash warning lights. Allow the engine to stabilize and warm up, about 5 minutes or so, longer for cold winter temperatures. Allow service air pressure to build until the governor cuts out, approximately 120 to 140 psi. You'll want to know exactly what your vehicle requires. Once the engine is warmed up, it's time to get on the road.
As always, for safety during a trip, you should watch the gauges for signs of trouble. Use your senses to check for problems. Look, listen, smell, feel. Check critical items when you stop: tires, wheels and rims, brakes, lights and reflectors. Check your brake and electrical connections to the trailer and all coupling devices. And of course, check your cargo securement devices.
There you have it, a look at the future of transportation. And you are one of the trailblazers.
It must feel really good to know that you and your company are doing your part to make the environment better for future generations.
That's exactly what you're doing when you drive a truck with a Cummins natural gas engine, using a fuel that is completely safe and renewable.
This is the future, and Cummins is taking you there.